Hello and welcome back to another video, stream here on Game Cave. I am Michael of Game Cave, and right over here we have Frodo, but he's taking a sip of water. But now he's back. Hey, buddy. Kind of out of the shot because he's perked all up because he got nervous about some noise in the basement. Hey, let's see if we can't get your head in the shot. There you are. Okay, cool. So yeah, you going back to your food dish? Great. There you are, buddy. Now you're in the shot. Cool. Okay. So, anyways, on to business. This is a Q&A for 200 subscribers, although I realized that someone unsubscribed recently, so now I'm down to 199 subscribers. But I'm still gonna do it because I did have 200 subscribers, even though I don't have 200 subscribers at the moment. But yeah, so I'm gonna be pulling questions off of the Discord and off of the 200 subscriber Q&A announcement video that I did a week or so ago. So those are where I'm going to be pulling questions from, but feel free to leave a comment telling me if you have any other questions, something you want to ask that I didn't answer, or something you want to ask that you didn't have time to write down if you're one of the subscribers. So, all right, starting off with Crimson Rose on the Discord. She asked, "Can I be the first question?" Yes. All right. Smash on the Discord, Smash78, asks, what career are you aspiring to be? And to that, I would say anything within film. I really enjoy doing film, and if you see a shadow on Frodo's camera, it's my hand moving around. See, synced up with my hand. So that's what that is. So don't be like, oh, what's the shadow? It's just my hand. You can actually kind of see my fingers moving. Kind of. But yeah, I'm aspiring to do anything in film, whether that be editing, because I have talents with that, whether that be directing, or shooting, or anything revolving around film. I would love to do that, whether it be TV, movies, short films like I'm doing right now on YouTube. I'm just doing some skits, doing as much live action stuff as I can. So yeah, I just want to do something in film because I really enjoy that. I really enjoy that type of expression when it comes to art. That medium, I guess you could call it, art medium of film. It just has been something I've always loved. I've always loved movies. I've always loved TV. So I just always wanted to do that deep down inside. And when I went into high school, I took into editing, a video editing class, and I loved it. So, and I was really good at it. So yeah, that's just what I want to do. The Sonic Raven asks, "Is water wet?" I guess I don't know the answer. I don't know that meme. I don't get it. It's weird. But sure, it's wet. Water is wet. I guess that's my response to that question. So there you go. Rose on the Discord asks, Crimson Rose, same person, asks, can science save the world? I guess so. I mean, it is kind of everything the world is built on is science. So, like, I guess so. But I'm still bird mom. Okay, right, Frodo? Right? Still bird mom, right? Okay. Says yes. All right. Moving on. 1 second, let me find it. I meant to pin a lot of these questions, but I forgot. Raider X on the Discord asks, will you do more GTA and will you plan on doing The Last of Us? Problem with The Last of Us is I don't actually have the game, so I probably won't be able to do that until I have some money to actually buy it. So probably won't be doing The Last of Us anytime soon. I would like to play GTA again. I know I said I would be taking a hiatus. Here's the thing with that. I'm taking a hiatus from streaming and doing videos in general because I'm starting a new job and it's a full-time job and I've never had a full-time position before. It's always just been part-time jobs and they would give me hours whenever they could fit me on the schedule, which was fine because I was making some money, but now I want to make more money, not only so I can help provide for the home that I live in, but I can also save up some money for things that I want, like a Nintendo Switch maybe, and some other games for some other systems that I have. So The Last of Us, if I can afford it, then I will play it, hopefully. And with GTA, I would like to play GTA again soon after the hiatus ends. When it came to, a lot of people seem to like GTA Online better than they liked me just playing around with cheats on the main story. So I just wanted to get a little better at online and figure out what I was doing or how it worked, because the first few episodes I was kind of just running around trying to kill other players because I thought that's how you progressed in the game, but I was wrong, and I was figuring out slowly that there were other things you needed to do. So, yes. I just want to be able to get better at GTA before I start streaming it again, especially online. I might do this story. If people are interested in that, I'll play the story, because I'm playing the story right now, and I think it's pretty interesting. What's up, Ari? How are you? Welcome to the stream. I noticed you didn't really leave many questions, or any questions at all, I don't think. If you want to ask a question now, you're free to. That's why I'm doing it live. I decided that would probably be better, so that you had had a chance to ask any questions you might have. But I also asked for you guys to ask me some beforehand, so that I'd be able to have some questions to answer in case I decided to do it live and not pre-record it and edit it and release it. So, yes, that's to answer your question, Raider. I do plan on playing GTA, and if I can afford at some point to get, and if I can't afford to get The Last of Us, I'll do that sometime too. All right, Ari, just one. You can ask your question. I'll look at it, and but while you're writing it, I'll answer some more. So, Smash78 on the Discord asks, will you do a week straight of Minish Cap streaming? No. I don't think anyone could do a week straight of streaming anything, unless it was IRL streaming their entire life and everything they do in a day, but I don't think anyone could do a week straight streaming of video games, unless they were very, very, very dedicated. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do that, but I would like to play Minish Cap on a live stream at some point, hopefully after I finish Skyward Sword. I'll do Minish Cap, because that's next on the timeline, and I'm thinking of doing games that follow up games on the timeline. So after I finish Ocarina, hopefully, if I can get through the Shadow Temple, which I hate. Everyone's like, oh, the Water Temple, oh my god, it's the Water Temple is the worst in Ocarina of Time, but I really hate the Shadow Temple. Like, I really, really hate the Shadow Temple. With a dying passion, no pun intended, because it's all about death and stuff. I hate the ambiance, I hate the puzzles, I hate the enemies in the dungeon, I hate Stalfos. They're the worst. So hopefully after I finish uh, after a game that I'm playing currently, I will play the next game. I can't get through the forest place. Okay, so Ari asks live on the stream here, do you plan on playing any new games like Fortnite? I was talking to a streamer, Hat Trap Wah, who plays Fortnite every now and again, and she told me that if I haven't gotten into it already, I probably shouldn't because it's very addicting, and honestly, I don't have an addictive personality for like drugs or alcohol or anything like that, but I do have an addictive personality when it comes to video games and video game related stuff, which we'll get to in another question. But so I don't think I'd like to play that, especially since I'm starting this new job. I don't want Fortnite to take over my life. So probably not. But if there's a new game that I'm interested in that comes out, then I might play it. That I know that I can handle not getting addicted to. So yeah, there's your answer, Ari. Thank you for asking. Anti-Dragon asks, will you ever play Overwatch again? Maybe. If Danny, aka Dave, ever wants to play it, or if Allie and I ever start hanging out again and she wants to play it, then maybe we'll play it again. But if I was to do it a stream on my own, I probably wouldn't end up playing Overwatch just because it's not my cup of tea. I know that a lot of people like it, but I'm just not into it. It's just kind of strange for me. I just, first off, I don't like first person shooters, and second off, I'm not big on like the whole different character types and stuff like that, and you know how some people have certain advantages and some people have certain disadvantages, and I mean, I know that's good, that's good gameplay development, but like when you play a game like Zelda, you know, Link is always the same, and some enemies are easier to fight and some enemies are harder to fight, so like it's balanced. Whereas with Fortnite, you know, you could end up playing your main character, but then there's someone who is good against you, and you know, it kind of, I don't know, it's just how I feel about it. So probably not on my own, but I would play it if someone wanted to play it with me. Okay? Alright. Meme Boy asks, who is your favorite YouTuber? And it's really hard to say who's my favorite YouTuber, because I have a lot of favorites, especially in different categories like gaming or talk show people, or, you know, people who do skits or comedy bits or things like cooking channels and stuff like that. So it's really hard to decide who's my favorite YouTuber since I enjoy so many different kinds of YouTubers. But if I had to give it to one person who I've been watching the longest, I would probably go with Rhett and Link on Good Mythical Morning. I love those guys, loved them since 2018, so I've been following them. I mean, 2008. I've been following them for about 10 years now. So probably them. If I was going to give it to anyone, it would be them, because they're just some YouTubers I've never grown out of. Crimson Rose on the Discord asks, who will win, Frodo or Dave? What do you think? Frodo's on this side of me, by the way. What do you think? Huh? You or Dave? I would say Frodo. Just for the meme of it. The inside joke of it. But if we were talking real life and not as a joke, Danny would probably win. Danny, aka Dave, would probably win. Because he has, in fact, hurt Frodo multiple times by accident, of course. I'm not blaming him for anything. But he has hurt Frodo twice in his life. The first day he came home with us, he dropped a phone on Frodo. And I'm not talking like a cell phone. I'm talking like one of those old-fashioned corded phones that, like, you know, you see people like pick up and they're like, hello, and then they slam it down, that we had in our house. And it had like the buttons on the, like, the inside of the phone, and it had a cord on it. So like he dropped it, like he was trying, Frodo was walking around our house trying to get used to the environment, and he was walking by our coffee table, which is where the phone was, and Danny was trying to get a better view, and he slid onto the coffee table, off of the couch and onto the coffee table, and knocked the phone over onto Frodo from below. And yeah, it was, I was worried that that Frodo had died his very first day in the house, and I was like, no! But he didn't. And then a few years ago, Danny ended up slamming a door on Frodo, because Frodo was flying around the house and he was trying to keep him in one location. So he closed the door, trying to keep him, you know, in one area so he could fly himself out and eventually land, and so he wasn't flying all around the house. So he closed the door. Little did he know that Frodo was exactly on the other side of the door and was trying to, like, you know, do a Star Wars maneuver, like fitting right through the gap of the teeth of the giant lizard monster or slug monster in the meteor, like the Millennium Falcon. Frodo was trying to do one of those, and he like missed the crack just by a second and ended up slamming into the other side of the door and falling to the ground, and he had a concussion for about a week. But he was okay. He's obviously okay because he's still here. And so yeah, that's that situation. So realistically, Danny would probably win because he's proven that he could. And for the inside joke that Frodo is smarter than Dave and stronger and better than all of us, Frodo would win. So, oh, Rose, you just came in. I just answered your question right after you came in. Go back and watch it on the rewind or whatever it's called, because I'm not saying all that again. Sorry. But yeah. But I will answer another question of yours in just a second. Let me answer Ari's question. I have another question. Do you plan on getting any new mods? Mods as in what? Video game mods? Or mods on the Discord? Or mods on YouTube? Or what do you mean by that? Could you elaborate just so I understand what you mean? Because I know that I've played games with mods on it before, like Fallout, which I didn't know had mods on it. But apparently it did. What's up? Huh? Where you going? Nervous about something. What's wrong? He like climbed all the way up to the inside of his cage. Let me see if I can't get a... There he is. He likes to sleep on that little perch. So that's his safe space, I guess you could call it. But yeah, okay. Discord and YouTube. Not at the moment. My Discord's not really that busy that I don't feel like, and I have notifications on for all of the chat. Are you okay? You okay? Okay. I just missed what he did over there. Um, I have all the notifications on the Discord that if something happened or if something was going on, I'd be able to quickly respond to it, quick enough at least, that I don't think I would need any new mods right now. I already have Rose as one, and I have Moss and Ganondorf. I think I'm good. If I can't respond to something, then I'm sure one of them would be able to, and Relia as well. So, hey, what's up, JS12 Gaming? How are you? It's been so long. I'm doing great. I'm doing a Q&A right now for 200 subs because I just reached 200 subs, so pretty excited about that. Even though I just lost one of them, so I technically have 199. But that happens. I did have 200 subs, but it's been very long. Yes, it has. I think the last time I talked to you was about the game that I was making, which didn't end up happening. I'm sorry about that. And thank you. Oh, hit the mic. It's okay. But yeah, so thank you. Thank you for that. If you want to, you can feel free to ask me a question if you have one, because that's what this video is about. But how have you been, man? Let me know. Cause I don't see much of you now. You sometimes post very short videos. But it's too bad because you're a good content creator, so keep putting out there, man. Keep going. So anyways, moving on. No new mods right now. I think I'm fine on Discord and YouTube and stuff like that with the mods I have. So what was the question? What was it? It was the DiCaprio one, the Leonardo DiCaprio. So question from Crimson Rose on the Discord. Would you have a mature relationship with Leonardo DiCaprio? And then I asked you to clarify on what you meant by mature. And you said, like, if he was my boyfriend. And I would probably say no because I'm not gay, and that's fine if, you know, you are, but I'm not. But at the same time, like, probably would because I want his money. But no, he seems like a cool guy. So, like, if he was offering to be friends with me, I'd probably be friends with him. But I don't know about being boyfriends with him. We would just chill, talk about movies, and talk about dreams and Inception related stuff, and talk about how it felt to draw a naked girl in front of a bunch of cameras and stuff. So I enjoy streaming. I really do, and it seems that a lot of people do, because when I started streaming, I was at less than 100 subscribers, but ever since I started streaming, I've gone up like more than 100 more. So obviously people enjoy the streaming. So I would say if you have the time, you should definitely do that too, because that seems like something you'd be good at as well. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So yeah. But anyways, Leonardo DiCaprio probably would be in a relationship with him for his money. And if I wasn't in a relationship with him for his money, I'd probably just be friends with him. Because he seems like a cool guy. So, yeah, that's how I answer that question. Let's see. Moss21 asks, hotel? Question mark. I really don't know how to respond to that, so I'm just gonna say no. Anyways, with that one out of the way, Smash posted quite a few questions on here. Let's get to those in a sec. Raider has another question. How do you feel about this, Frodo? How do you feel about having 200 subscribers, Frodo? Frodo! Hey, Frodo! Hey! How do you feel about having 200 subscribers, buddy? Huh? I'll take that as a yes. I'll take that as a good. He feels good about it. So, such a ridiculous little bird. Okay. He also asks, does you is game theory, Trivago? Oh, is that the right answer to the question? Trivago? Anyways. He also asked, does you is game theory? This is Raider X on the Discord. Does you is game theory? And no, I'm not. I could never be Matt Pet because I don't love Diet Coke as much as he does. So, no, I'm not. And he also asks, has Mike is good and is gay like Bruno Mars? This is kind of an inside joke. Well, not really. It's an inside joke about Game Grumps, but since we're two guys who like Game Grumps, apparently there was this thing going around on Game Grumps, does Bruno Mars is gay? And it was just a ridiculous question that they had found online or something like that. And so they were curious about the answer. I don't know. Has Mike is good and is gay like Bruno Mars? I would say no. Probably not. That was a meme a long time ago. What the does Bruno Mars is gay thing? Was that a meme? Or was the does you is game theory a meme? I can't remember. So let's move on to Smash. Smash had quite a few questions, and I'm going to answer them all in a row to try and just, you know, this is the Smash 78 5-minute answering question time. Smash 5-minute answering question time. Okay? So here we go. These are all Smash's questions in a row. What happened to Game Cave the game? Game Cave the game was in development for about 30 days, so for about a month, because I had the 30-day free trial on RPG Maker MV, and after it ended, I wasn't able to afford it. Then it went on sale, and I still wasn't able to afford it because even though it was only $20 at the time, I still wasn't able to, I still had other things that I needed to spend my money on that were more important, and I'm sorry about that. I really wish that I could buy it so that I could continue it. I would also have to go back and, you know, adjust some things, because ever since Game Cave the game started, and eventually stopped, we've built such a greater number of fans and a greater number of inside jokes and memes about Game Cave. So I would have to go in and adjust a few things to the game after I were to get it. So that might take a little while to do that after even getting it back. So when would you think the perfect time to get a Switch? Probably sometime, maybe like a month or two into this job that I got. I'm going to be... Okay. Don't... Okay. Probably a month or two into this job that I got. Since it's a full-time job, I'm going to be making a lot more money than I have in the past. So I will be able to probably put a little bit of that aside to work up toward getting a Switch and some games that I want for it. So I would say, since I'm starting the job on Monday, a few months from then, since it's July, would be August, and then September, I'd probably get it in October, if anything. So probably in October. And yeah, so I would probably set a date aside to be able to make enough money to get the Switch, to raise the money toward that. So yes, sometime in October. So I'd probably plan on, you know, the last week in October to get it. Will you play Spirit Tracks soon? I started playing Spirit Tracks and never actually finished it, so I would probably continue it soon enough. I'd actually, since I'm doing the whole timeline thing where I'm following games in the timeline, I played Wind Waker already. That means I would have to play Phantom Hourglass first before eventually getting back around to Spirit Tracks. So there's that. I would have to do that. I would have to play Phantom Hourglass first, and then do Spirit Tracks. What happened to all the members of Game Cave? Allie, Dave, Tyler. Well, what happened to Allie and Tyler is they moved away. They used to live in Philadelphia. Now they live in Philadelphia again. At the time that we were doing a lot of streams and a lot of stuff together a few months ago, is because they were living in the area and we were much closer together, and going to each other's houses to be able to do stuff was much easier for us. Whoop, boop, boop. There we go. Okay, sorry, moving the Frodo cam. It was much easier for us to be able to do things, but now that they live in Philadelphia, depending on traffic, they can be up to 2 hours away from where I live right now. So it's just hard to be able to do that, to spend a whole day, because that's around a 4-hour drive round trip, just to spend a few hours doing something, recording. So Allie and Tyler are taking a break right now from Game Cave, and Dave is still around, but our schedules are vastly different, and we're just not able to stream together. He works at night, and I'm gonna be working in the morning now with this new job, and into the afternoon, so it's hard for us to get together and to play games together. So that's what's up with Dave. He's still around, still doing things, still has fun, still checks the Discord sometimes, and yeah, but that's the answer to that question. What is your favorite music? My favorite music, I would have to say, is classical. I love, and I'm not talking like classic rock or classical jazz. I'm talking about like orchestral music. And it doesn't have to be classical orchestral music. Like if it's a modern orchestral thing, I just love the impactful sound of, you know, an orchestra really getting into what they're playing, you know, with the violins and the drums and the, you know, the brass instruments and stuff like that. It's just really inspiring to me and just makes me feel alive. So I really like orchestra music. Another question by Smash. What is your favorite DC show? I'm assuming you mean the ones from the CW, but if you don't, my favorite DC show is, yes, music from video games. So yes, like Breath of the Wild. Especially Zelda music, because a lot of Zelda music is orchestral, even though a lot of it was done on a synthesizer or, you know, not live music, except for games like Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword. A lot of Zelda music has people have made orchestral reimaginings of music from games like Wind Waker and games like Twilight Princess and the original games and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting fan made stuff out there that is really good and is actually a live orchestra. So favorite DC show has to be Young Justice. I'm really glad that they're bringing it back. If it's a CW show, then I would say probably Legends of Tomorrow, because I'm a sucker for time travel. What's your favorite movie? My favorite movie of all time is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, starring Steve Martin and John Candy. It's a Thanksgiving movie, which is rare, and it is a comedy, but it's kind of a mature comedy. There are some very mature jokes in there, and they like use crude language sometimes. So it might not be something that you want to watch until you're more mature. You know, it has family elements, but at the same time, it's not something you should be showing to your children. What's your favorite MCU movie? Probably Iron Man 1 is my favorite MCU movie. I really just like Iron Man. So, do you plan on working to get abs? Well, everyone has abs, even if it's under layers and layers of fat, which mine are. Like, if you look at the muscular structure of any human being, then, you know, they have abs. It's just they're not showing. So, technically, I do already have abs. But would I work toward getting abs? Probably not. I know I don't want to be fat to the point that I have major health problems and concerns in my future, but I don't want to be like super muscular, you know. I don't know. That's just me though. Besides, fat people are more comfortable, so, you know. I don't know. Do you plan, what do you think of Bob Ross? This is the last question from Smash. I don't really like Bob Ross. I know that he is kind of a meme and that everyone loves him and he's an artist and blah, 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 blah. So he seems like the perfect guy, you know, for me to like, but I just don't like him. He's just really annoying to me. And I know he's dead, and I don't mean to disrespect his memory or anything like that. And I know that people love him, whether it be ironically or whether it be truly. But I've never gotten into Bob Ross, whether it be out of pure interest or out of pure memery. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure that if I met him in real life, I'd be like, oh, you're a nice guy. But I just don't like his show, and I don't like his style. So forgive me. Do you think you'll make enough money before Smash? Probably, especially if I plan on having a Switch by October. So I'll probably have enough money for the Switch, and probably the first game I'll buy will be Smash, because it'll be popular at the time. I'll be able to stream it. And then maybe buy other games that I'd like to play that are Switch exclusives. So, like Mario Odyssey or stuff like that. But Smash would probably come first on my list. So, yes. Hopefully I'll have enough money for Smash before it comes out. Any new games coming out soon that you are excited for? Well, Smash, definitely. I didn't really watch E3 this year or hear anything about it other than Smash. Unless it's about a new Zelda game, unless I know that there's going to be a new Zelda game announced, or something about a new Zelda game announced, then I'm not really big on E3, just because that's my comfort zone. And if there's something that I see that's interesting, you know what? Probably Fallout 76. Sorry, I forgot about Fallout 76. Fallout 76 is probably something from E3 that I'm most interested in that's not Smash. So yeah, that's the answer to your question, JSW. Let's move on to... Let me just double check and make sure I'm not forgetting any questions. Question by Crimson Rose. How were you summoned to this world? I was summoned to this world by the magic overlords of time and space. They threw some magic in a circle shaped like a pentagram, and I rose up out of fire. And they were like, "You shall become Michael, Batman." And then they put this hat on my head and were like, "You are now Michael, Batman." And then they gave me Frodo as a companion. And then I eventually died, but Frodo lived on and created the robot me to live on. So, but I have all the memories of that. That answers that question. Would I do a music video? You said video clip, but would I do a music video? Which is what, you know, I understand what you were trying to say. I am musically inclined, but only singing, and I know I'm not the best singer in the world. So probably wouldn't do one unless I had a group of people who were interested in doing something like that with me. I could definitely not pull something like that off myself. So if I was able to get Dave on board, or if I was able to do something with like a local band or something like that, then maybe. But at the moment, I don't see it fitting into my video structure, but we'll see. It's a possibility. What will be the first Switch game you get in October, like you say? Smash is out in December. I'd probably get the Switch, and maybe something that was on sale. Something small that I could play on stream sometime. I don't know. Either that or I would just wait for Smash to come out because I wouldn't want to waste my money on a game I didn't like. So that would probably be my response to that question. So, all right. I think I covered most everything that was on the Discord. So let me switch over to the video that I made a few weeks ago on YouTube. And answer the questions that are over there. So if you're watching, then now is the time that I'm going to be answering the questions on the YouTube video. Sorry, it started playing out loud. Hey. First question from the Sonic Raven. Can I ask you a question? Yes. Yes, you can. Second question from Jellyfish from Heck. If you could have any pet, what would it be, mythical or real? If I had to choose, if it was a pet, that I already have a pet, as you can tell. I have a pet. His name is Frodo. He's right over there. Probably should have put Frodo on this side so that I could, whenever I pointed this way, you know, toward him, because his cage is right here. It was just a mistake of mine. Let me see. If you could have any pet, I already have a pet. His name is Frodo. But if I could have a mythical pet, I would probably have uh, what are they? A griffin. I would have a griffin because it has the cute face of a eagle, and it has the strong, fast body of a lion and the wings of a bird and the tail of a snake, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But it would just be something I could ride and go anywhere I needed to go without wasting gas. So I would be able to run, you know, if I was riding it, it would be able to run me to my location, or it would be able to fly me to my location. And I wouldn't have to worry about cars anymore, because I would just have my griffin, and I'd be able to fly around or run around, and no one would ever threaten me because I had a giant griffin monster at my disposal. So no one would ever threaten me. Okay, so that's the answer to that question. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. From Gengar Guy on the YouTube video, my question is, will you, Frodo, take over the world within the next 10 years? He shifts spots. Every time there's a question for him, he moves. What are you thinking, Frodo? You gonna take over the world in 10 years? Perhaps? I would say that yes, definitely. He's gonna take over the world. Larry Door asked, if you had a dog, what would you name it? I'd probably stick to the whole Tolkien thing, since I named Frodo after Frodo from Lord of the Rings, The Adventure of Frodo. Just kidding. But yes, since I named Frodo after Frodo from Lord of the Rings, I'd probably stick to the whole Tolkien thing. It would depend on what the dog would look like. If it was a golden retriever, which is probably my favorite kind of dog, I'd probably name it, I don't know, Legolas, since Legolas had blonde hair, or something. I don't know. It depends on the type of dog, really. If it was like a grayish looking dog, I'd probably name it Gandalf. So I'd stick to the whole Tolkien Lord of the Rings vibe. If it was like a Chihuahua, I'd probably name it Smeagol, because they're skinny and they shake and they have big bulgy eyes. So yeah. What are you doing, bird? Being weird. Okay. Raider on the YouTube video asks, are you a funny? I guess. I mean, I don't know. People seem to like my content, so I guess I'm a funny. So there we go. Joby Crafts on the YouTube video asks, did you have any other channels before Game Cave? Yes, I did. So first off, I have my main account, which I won't give out the email address for because it's private, and it has my last name in it, my middle name and stuff like that. So it's a business related account, but on that business related account, I released 2 videos back during the 2016 election, political cartoons, I guess you could call them, where I was basically making fun of both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. I took a scene from Adventure Time, the scene where Princess Bubblegum is talking to Jake about how if Finn and Flame Princess stay together, then, or if they kiss, then Flame Princess will become so hot that she'll burn through the core of the earth, and blah 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 blah. And in that scene, while she's explaining that to Jake, Jake falls asleep and he has a dream where he becomes president. So what I did was I put Hillary's face on Princess Bubblegum, and I put Donald Trump's face on Jake. And when Donald Trump fell asleep, he woke up and he was like, "Oh, am I? This is what? Where am I?" And then these creatures come up to him and they're like, "Oh, you're president now." And he was like, "Oh my God!" And then he wakes up to having Hillary like shaking him awake and being like, "Were you listening at all?" You know. So, um, I had that, and before Game Cave, I also had a channel called Orange Juice Gaming, which is where I planned on doing gaming videos with my little brother. But he ended up being too busy to be able to do gaming videos with me. So that stopped, and then I met Allie, and then Allie and I made Game Cave together. So, yeah. To answer your question, I had about 2 channels before Game Cave came along. So, I may have had some other channel somewhere else where I did something stupid or cringy when I was little. I don't know. General Grievous, I can't think of any questions, but still, congratulations on the 200 subscribers. Keep up the good work. Thank you, General Grievous. I will be taking a brief hiatus, as I said before, but thank you. Hopefully that will end soon. And yeah, so the other ones are just good job, and now there's 201. Dark Link, I hope you're still subscribed, man. Thank you if you are. But that's okay if you're not. I understand if you don't like the content. That's understandable. But yes. So I think that wraps up the Q&A. Unless anyone else out there has any questions they'd like to ask, I'll give you a minute or so to respond if you'd like. But if you don't, then that's fine. Feel free to leave any comments after this with any more questions. I might do follow-up video, perhaps. If anyone does come up with any more questions, or if they want me to clarify anything that I talked about, you know, and just, or maybe I'll just comment on those things and give you my responses, perhaps. I don't know. We'll have to see. Right, Frodo? I still think. Okay. Okay. Come here. Come here. That's what you get for having a very flimsy camera facing your bird. It falls off when you drop your phone on the floor and it hits the wire and drags the camera down. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end it. Let me know what you guys think, if this was good. I did have plans on making another video, but I don't know, all of the ideas you gave were great. I know that Steven on the Discord gave quite a few ideas that were really, really good, but I wouldn't be able to pull any of them off, at least not with the amount of time I have. So I'm sorry about that. I wish I could make something fun and entertaining pre-recorded for you guys to watch, but I'm a little held up at the moment, just, and with this job coming up too, I just won't have enough time to be able to do things. Hopefully, once I get a good groove with the job, I'll start streaming again within the next few weeks. But for now, I'm just going to be taking a few weeks away from YouTube. Hopefully still post on the Discord, so if you want to keep in touch, you can talk to me there. But just going to be taking a brief 2 weeks or 3 weeks away from YouTube until I can figure out how to balance a full-time job and YouTube and everything else going on in my life. But for now, I hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you very much, JSW, for saying that. I love your content too, and if you haven't already, you should go check him out as well. Just click his name and you should go right to his channel and subscribe. So make sure you do that as well. And I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in a few weeks. Bye-bye.